Have you ever heard the phrase, "if these walls could talk"? Well, it is a fitting one to apply to the Carnegie Visual Arts Center located in the heart of downtown Decatur. I've been a docent at the Carnegie Visual Arts Center since August of 2023. It has been a great honor to become part of this building's rich history. Since it first opened in 2003, the Carnegie Visual Arts Center has been free to the public. But you may be wondering how it all started. Join me as we explore the history of the Carnegie and discover how it became what it is today. First built in 1904, this building has many stories to tell. Long before it became an art museum, the Carnegie Building served as the Decatur Public Library. It was just one of the thousands of libraries funded by millionaire philanthropist Andrew Carnegie. Despite his future success, Andrew Carnegie came from humble beginnings. He was born in a city in Scotland called Dunfermline. The town fell on hard times when industrialism made home-based weaving obsolete, causing workers such as Carnegie's father to struggle to support their families. After immigrating to America, Carnegie began working to support his family at 13 years old. His future job at the Pennsylvania Railroad granted him his first access to books, which were the sole source of his education. He invested in iron, oil, and railroads. These strategic investments contributed to his later success. In 1892, he founded the Carnegie Steel Corporation, which became the largest steel manufacturing company in the world. After he sold the company and became a millionaire, Carnegie decided to distribute his fortune to help fund public libraries across the United States. In addition to funding thousands of libraries, his wealth helped to establish numerous schools, nonprofit organizations, and other associations that are still active today. Without the efforts of Andrew Carnegie, the Carnegie Visual Arts Center would not exist today. With many parts of the original structure remaining intact, the spirit of the library remains, despite it no longer serving as one. The Carnegie Visual Arts Center is a nonprofit operation, funded by members of the museum, grants, and fundraising events. Gallery admission is always free to the public, allowing the whole community access to the art that is displayed in the museum. The Arts Center would not be what it is today without the efforts of one crucial individual. Kim Mitchell, the current executive director, has worked at the museum since it first opened to the public in 2003. As the sole executive director, Kim helps the Arts Center apply for grants and is always looking for new opportunities to connect with the community.
My name's Kim Mitchell, and I'm the Executive Director at the Carnegie Visual Arts Center. I oversee the day-to-day operations at the center. I work with our marketing and education coordinator, our exhibits coordinator, to have all the programming that we offer to the community. How I got involved with the Carnegie Visual Arts Center is kind of an interesting story, because before there was a Carnegie Visual Arts Center, there was a Decatur Arts Council. And I had moved to Decatur with my husband. We were new to Decatur, and one of our neighbors came and knocked on our door one day and asked me whether I'd be interested in serving on the Decatur Arts Council. And I said, well, I'm not an artist. I like art, but I'm not an artist. She said, you'd be perfect. And so that's how I got involved. And it is all, since then, has evolved into the Carnegie opening and us raising money to open the Carnegie. And then all these many years later, us being an arts center and being very active in our community. When the Carnegie Visual Arts Center first opened, there was not an arts center in Decatur. The arts community was really young. We wanted to bring arts into the downtown of Decatur and it become more of an art-based community. And the Carnegie was going to be a catalyst for that to happen. And since we've been opened, we have a lot more artists in our community and a lot more galleries. So it's really made a difference, us being here and kind of being the foundation for the arts. River clay has always been real important to the Carnegie because way back when, we had a small arts festival called Art Walk. And it was very difficult for us because we were trying to use it as a fundraiser and it just wasn't working out. So we discontinued it. But the community again came back and said, hey, we really want an arts festival in Decatur. And so we got a group of people together and served on that committee so that we could have River Clay, which is a fine arts festival that's all around our city hall. It's 9 years old. So we're very excited about it. We have about 60 artists that are with us each year. And it's a really nice, small fine arts festival that brings awareness to the arts. Carnegie Carnival began in 2011. We needed a fundraiser that would be our main fundraiser and something that we could work on all year long. And we wanted something that included arts and music and everything we felt downtown should be about. And that's the reason we decided on a Mardi Gras style parade. It just fit perfectly. It also enabled us to go outside of our four walls and be with all the people in the community and for everyone to be able to enjoy something. And so whether they know about the Carnegie or not, they are going to learn about the Carnegie because we're going to be out there in the streets. Carnegie Carnival is an economically driven fundraiser. And by what I mean by that is that many, many people benefit from it. The downtown businesses benefit from it. Other nonprofits benefit from it. So it's just not the Carnegie, it's many other organizations. And that's the reason that we're going into our 14th year, is because it incorporates the entire community. The Carnegie, I hope, is always a place that you feel welcome, that it's a casual atmosphere that anyone could walk into, whether you've been to an art museum or not, and feel comfortable. That is really, really important to me. This whole process has been very personal for me. It's like my third child, because we started from the ground up, from an abandoned building, and then have built it into what it is today. So it remains exciting and it remains vibrant, and so just really thankful for what the Carnegie has represented in our community.
Some people who benefit directly from the Carnegie Visual Arts Center include artists themselves. Some of the artists the museum showcases in the gallery are local, and others are traveling exhibitions. With each new exhibit, the Carnegie strives to bring more cultural diversity to Decatur. Aside from showcasing artists' work in their gallery, the building is used by the surrounding community for many other purposes. It is used to host art classes, yoga, and a kids' summer camp, to name a few. The Carnegie is also involved in several community events. They hold an annual fundraising event called Carnegie Carnival that brings the community together to celebrate Mardi Gras and help raise funds so that the museum can continue to keep art accessible to everyone. The Carnival fundraising season spans from October until the Saturday before Fat Tuesday, when the nightly parade is held. Organizations all throughout the Decatur area band together to create parade floats to entertain the whole community. At the end of the fundraising season, whoever raises the most profits for the museum gets crowned and solidifies their place as Carnival royalty. The story of the Carnegie Visual Arts Center, from its origin as the Decatur Public Library to the special place it is for artists today, has been a long journey, filled with many twists and turns. However, one thing is for certain: the Arts Center now plays an invaluable role in the community, not just for artists, but for everyone. If you ever happen to find yourself in the area, make sure to come check out the Carnegie Visual Arts Center and discover for yourself why it holds a special place in so many people's hearts.